Hello, in this video we will explore multiculturalism in several English institutions in Bogota, describing the region, levels, methodology, programs, type of English they teach, and how they incorporate cultural diversity into their learning environment. Smart English is the first one. Smart offers a practical and technology support method that helps our students develop confidence through dynamic and personalized classes.
I'm going to talk about SMART. It was founded over 25 years ago in Colombia by a teacher. Which levels is more structured courses, especially English, following the international standard of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages (CEFR), which is globally recognized. The first one is A1 elementary, is the beginner level, understanding and use of basic everyday phrases in English and French. H2 basic level, simple communication, exchange of information on familiar topics. The big one, pre-intermediate, is understanding main points on familiar points, producing simple text. The B2, that is upper intermediate, like advanced, and understanding complex ideas and communicating with fluency. C1, pre-advanced, that is like effective operational proficiency level, expressing oneself fluently, spontaneously, and accurately.
Methodology. In this course, each class begins with a quick warm-up activity to activate the students, such as completing a song or matching activities. After that, the main topics are introduced using videos, textbooks, and sometimes movies, which help students understand grammar structures and new vocabulary in a simple way. At the end of the lesson, they review the text pages and correct common mistakes. Every 10 classes, students take a short quiz to check their process, including the 4 skills, and they use text, audio activities, and Cambridge exercise. The type of English, the course focus on American English, but British English is only included when there are significant differences in vocabulary or pronunciation. Multiculturalism, students also explore basic elements of American culture to connect language learning with real cultural experiences.
Let's move on to Canadian College. This institution emphasizes North American English and cultural immersion, helping students explore global perspective through international style programs.
Hello! Today I'm going to talk about the Centro Colombo Americano, an educational and cultural institution that is strengthened between Colombia and United States. Well, first of all, origin. It was founded in the 1950s to promote cultural exchange and provide high quality English teaching. Yes, well, there are some levels and programs. They work with A1 to C1 levels from the Common European Framework. They offer courses for children, teenagers, and adults. Intensive programs, conversation workshops, and preparation for exams like TOEFL. Well, on the other hand, they have an interesting methodology. Their approach is communicative and task-based learning using CLT principles. Students practice English through real-life situation and solve problems and with interaction and group work. Yes. Well, the type of English, they focus mainly on American English, especially pronunciation and vocabulary. Yes. And the multiculturalism. Well, the center promotes multiculturalism through cultural events, films, literature, and activities, international guests, and promotes that encourage respect and intercultural and intercultural understanding. Yes. So that's all.
Now, let's move on to American School Way. It's known for flexible schedules and interactive learning environment that focus on communication and real-life situations.
Hello, hello. Today I will be talking about one of the most important and one of the biggest English academies here in Colombia. It is American School Way. So the origin, it was founded in Bogota, Colombia in 2002, and it has more than 29 academies around the country. For example, here in Bogota, in Medellin, in Cali, and in other cities. About the levels. It covers the teaching at all the levels of the Common European Framework from A1 to C1. 3. The programs. It offers the virtual and in-person program and in this way developing the skill of the students, especially the speaking skill. For the methodology, it is focused on the flexibility and in three dynamics: the advance, the reference, and the feedback. The advance refers to the topics and subjects that are going to be studied in the sessions. The references refers to the activities and tasks that will be applied in the sessions. And the third one, it is the feedback that refers to the assessment of the topics and the activities. So continue with the English type. So the management of the English type is the American English. And apart from that, the last one, it is the multiculturalism. So there are 4 aspects. So first, they look for expanding to Mexico and Ecuador. Second, it is that they look for students proactive and culturally open and promote the cultural and linguistic exchange. 3, they have the career development expectations without the fear of the challenge of the corporate expansion. And 4, they want to help students broaden their perspectives and improve their skills in meaningful and diverse contexts.
Thank you. Let's continue with ULA. ULA focuses on structured programs, clear academic progression, combining traditional learning and modern communicative approaches.
ULA, Centro de Idiomas, is a Colombian institution that teaches English and French following the CEFR standards, which means students move through levels like A1, A2, B1, and so on. But what really stands out about ULA is that their approach goes far beyond than teaching grammar or vocabulary. From what I researched, ULA sees languages as something deeply connected to culture. Learning a language means understanding how people live, think, communicate, and express who they are. As Claire Cramps reminds us, language is a culturally loaded activity. So for ULA, culture isn't an extra, it's a part of the learning process. Something I found especially important is that ULA doesn't base its teaching only on one English variety. It's not strictly American English or British English or Canadian English. Instead, they take a multicultural perspective, recognizing that English is a global language used in many regions around the world. This means students learn to understand different accents, expressions, and communication styles, preparing them to interact with people from different countries, not just one. This multicultural vision is also reinforced by the material they use. ULA works with National Geographic Learning, which is full of real stories, real people, and real cultures. Students learn English while exploring the world, different traditions, communities, environments, and global issues. So, language learning becomes meaningful because it's connected to real life and real cultures. ULA's communicative approach includes cultural topics naturally, like traditions, social norms, politeness, reading, celebrations, everyday routines. All of these help students to understand not just what people say, but why they say it that way, and how they can communicate to be understood in any part of the world.
Finally, let's Take a look at the British Council. It is recognized for teaching British English with a strong academic standards, cultural exposure, and internationally accredited programs.
Council has like different kind of extracurricular activity to involve and explore the skill for students. I expected like it's an approach making multiculturalism into a different kind of English. Why multiculturalism? Because if you have a native teacher, you have to explore their culture into his speech. So, as a pedagogical research, they use like different methods to gain the methodologies and apply the approach. So, this approach could be a different kind of multiculturalism getting into the classroom with different kind of intercultural communication. So they have also something called commit. So the commit is like the students are going to hanging out with different kind of activities with the native speakers and native teachers, hanging out with the restaurants, cafes, or lunch, also in museums to explore different kind of cultures and different language with this English, English standards, Australian English, and also British English. Depends on the nationality the teacher has. In addition, British Council has, uh, in academical way, they try and they should explore the surf into the standard English, right? But they have like a plus in different kind of activities to make focus into the extracurricular activities. For example, they hanging up and try to make a intercultural communication with another cultures through the speech and talks. Also in restaurants and museums to foster the relation between the native teachers and the students. It's called commit to make extracurricular activities. So they have a specific approach. They come from naturalism. They have the method and methodology as the pedagogical resource and the commit and extracurricular activities to foster the relations between the teacher and the students, making a friendly and confident learning as a reflected resource.
In conclusion, each English institution in Bogota not only offers its own origin, programs, levels, and teaching methodology, but also reflects a unique multicultural environment. Through their approaches to language learning, they encourage students to understand English as a global thought that connects people, cultures, obviously perspective, and this diversity strengthens the students' communication skills and prepares them to face real world interaction with confidence and cultural awareness.